Section 3.6 is solving multi-step inequalities. So we've already done solving inequalities with addition and subtraction, and we've done solving them with multiplication and division, and now we're putting the two together, just like we did with our equations. So multi-step inequalities, you're going to use the same rules as given for addition, subtraction, and multiplication, division. Remember, the big thing with multiplication division was that if we multiply or divide by a negative number, we have to flip the inequality symbol. Okay, and that was our big change from equations to inequalities. And as always, as we're solving, remember we want to undo using reverse order of operations and inverse operations. So reverse order of operations means that instead of doing the add and subtract first, I'm doing it last. And inverse operations, again, are things like if it is addition, I use subtraction. If it is multiplication, I use division. Alright, so let's first talk about setting up a problem, writing a multi-step inequality. Please write this all out on your paper. I'll give you a minute to write it. Okay, the record for goals scored in one season for your school soccer team is 138 goals. So far, your team has scored 88 goals. You have 10 games remaining in the season. Find the average number of goals, so I'm looking for number of goals, your team needs to score per game. Remember, we talked about this word per meaning to divide. So I'm looking for how many goals do we need to score per game to break the school record. So anytime you have and this score per game is how many goals per game. Remember, that's our division, goals per game. In order to find the number of goals, which is my objective, I want to get goals over here. If I have goals per game, I have to multiply by the number of games. I know how many games. Where did they go? 10 games. So my goals per game is going to be my x. I'm going to multiply that by the 10 games that I have. So far we have 88 goals. That's my starting place. 88 plus the goals per game that I need, 10 games times number of goals, has to, let's see, I want to break the school record, not tie it, so I need to be greater than 138. So let's see if we can solve this. Subtract 88 from both sides. So I get 10x has to be more than 50. So I need a total of 50 goals to go still, because I've already scored 88, so I need to score 50. I have 10 games to do it. How many goals do I need per game? That's my unknown. I need to score more than 5 goals per game. All right, let's try one that's already set up for us. So again, we look at the side with our variable and we look at our operations. X is being divided by -4, and then I'm taking away 6. So to undo that, I'm going to work in reverse order. First thing I'm going to do is add 6. X divided by -4 is greater than or equal to 1. And then I'm going to multiply both sides by -4. So I get x is greater than or equal to, what did I forget to do? Multiply by a negative, flip the inequality. The best way to check this is to pick a number less than -4. Let's pick -8. So if x equals -8, which is less than -4, I would have -8 over -4 minus 6 is greater than or equal to -5. This is my original equation. -8 divided by -4 is 2. should be a 5. And 2 minus 6 is negative 4, which is greater than negative 5. Let's try one more. Again, take a minute and look at this. Try it on your own and then come back to the video. Okay, so 4x plus 3 is greater than 15. The x is being multiplied by 4 and then we're adding 3. So I'm doing it. I'm going to subtract 3 first. I get 4x is greater than 12. Divide by 4. X is greater than 3. Hopefully that's what you got. Alright, let's look at another one where we're going to set up another kind of inequality. You plan to go ice skating often this winter. The skating rink charges $4 for admission. Now that's every time you come to skate, $4 per time. You can either rent ice skates at the rink for $5 per day, or you can buy your own pair for $45. So, and you should be pausing to write all this on your paper. If you have it all done on your paper, your notes will make a whole lot more sense. All right, write an expression to show the cost for X number of days if you rent the skates. So renting the skates, I'm first going to have to pay $4 per day. That's my rate. So 4 per day means 4 times every day, 4x. And if I'm renting the skates, I also have to pay $5 per day. So the expression that I can write is 9x. If I'm renting the skates every time I go to skate, it's going to cost me $9 per day times the number of days. Now let's write an expression to show the cost for X number of days if you buy the skates. Well, if I buy the skates, I'm spending $45. But added to that, I only need to pay $4 each day. So that's my expression if I buy the skates. The last question is going to be, combine the two expressions into an inequality to find the number of days you would need to skate to make buying the skates less expensive. Clearly, if I only skate for one day, it's going to be much cheaper to pay $9 for that one day. I'm not going to buy skates for $45 plus pay the admission if I'm only going to skate once. So how many times do I need to skate to make buying the skates less expensive? Well, if I want buying, which is 45 plus 4x, to cost less than renting, this would be my setup. So let's go ahead and subtract our 4x. So we have 45 has to be less than 5x. I'm going to divide both sides by 5, and my answer will be that 9 is less than x. Remember we talked about this. So x is greater than 9 is the same. These two expressions mean the same thing. So if I skate more than 9 days, it'll be cheaper to buy the skates. All right, I'm going to leave you with 2 of them to try on your own. Copy them down, give them a try, and have them ready when we come to class.